cả các bạn. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Let's go Vietnamese. Chào mừng tất cả các bạn đã quay trở lại với kênh học tiếng Việt của Tâm. What do you see what I'm wearing now? This is the Christmas hat of Santa Claus hat. Giáng sinh vui vẻ. Merry Christmas everyone. I'm so excited to share with you this topic today. In today's lesson, we're gonna study something very essential in Vietnamese and very special in Vietnamese, and also very difficult for some VSL learners. What is this? What is this? Okay, let's get started. What are classifiers? Why do we need classifiers? That is Focky asks a question, but these are two questions. So do you know this character? Focky, he asks some dumb questions, right? But the way the other character answered to him, so much fun, sounds so fun. So let's make this video kind of fun like this, because I had prepare a lot. I have spent a lot of time to prepare for this lesson, and I put a lot of thoughts, a lot of ideas, a lot of preparation, a lot of effort into this video, because I know a lot of you struggling or thinking that classifiers are so difficult. So let's get started now. Okay, so I'm gonna compare with you something about English and Vietnamese. Of course, you may be not an English native speaker, but because I'm speaking in English, so I suppose that you are all know English. That's why I will explain or compare everything from Vietnamese and like between Vietnamese and English. That would be easier. We have a common language, that is English. Okay, so English and Vietnamese. Let's take an example, a book. Quyển sách, quyển sách. So in English you need here, that is called, what is it, the what is article. So you have the or the, or a or n for the nouns that start with a vowel. So you have article in English. In Vietnamese you have classifiers, but we don't always use classifiers. So let's see the example here. I read a book, or I read books. So you can read one book, or you can read some books. We don't know. Oh, no. You have to say specifically, do you read a book, or you are talking about reading the books, like a lot of books, okay? But in Vietnamese, we just say, tôi đọc sách, tôi đọc sách. So in this sentence, you don't mention that. You don't mention that how many books do I read, or yeah, you don't mention. You just say read book, đọc sách. So in this case, we don't need classifier for sách. So quyển is classifier for things like looks like books. Okay. Đọc sách. We don't have to say how many books you read, or like very specific in English. You have to say, is this a book, like first time you introduce something, or the book the second time, or everyone knows what it is. So that is English. But now, how about plural nouns? One book, two books. So you can put book and just number, and you change the noun from single form to plural form. So in Vietnamese, this is a book, that is a pen. I have one shop, like more Vietnamese. You can say, you have to use classifier. One shop, like here. Một shop. Hai shop, you have to use classifier here. So when you count, like in number, or that is like the main subject, the main topic of what you are talking to, you need classifier, right? But this is the first sentence is I, and the subject. Tôi is the subject here. So that's not talking about the book. If I say this is a book, I might use classifier quyển. But this example here, một quyển sách, hai quyển sách. Okay, so when you have number and the noun, you need classifier. Definitely, absolutely need classifier in this situation. But some cases you say this is a book, that is a pen. So you have A and A here. But Vietnamese you can just say đây là sách, đó là bút. So this is book, that is pen. Very simple, like Vietnamese. You don't count. Oh, this is book, that is pen. This is book, that is pen, that is not book. That's Vietnamese. But when you say with numbers, like I have 5 books. So in Vietnamese, you say tôi có 5 quyển sách. So classifier comes in right now. Tôi có 5 quyển sách. You can't say tôi có 5 sách. That would sound not natural in Vietnamese. So the thing is you need to study classifier. It's important, of course, because that a future Vietnamese, like English, you have single noun, plural nouns, you have article, you have a lot of tenses. But Vietnamese, we have classifiers and we have tones. That's it. Not so many, right? Okay. Another example with student. Student, học sinh, học sinh. Okay. I'm a student. In Vietnamese, you don't need the here. Just say I am student. Tôi là học sinh. You don't have to say how many students because actually tôi already has the meaning of how many, right? Tôi là học sinh. So we don't need article. But when you put numbers, there are 3 students in the class. Có, there is 3 học sinh trong lớp. Có 3 học sinh trong lớp. Okay, so here, because học sinh is not a normal noun, it's a position of the person. It's not just one person, 2 people, but it's a position. So you can say with number only, because that is not just normal noun, it's a position. Trong lớp. So in class, in the class. In English, you have to use article the here, but in Vietnamese, you don't have to. It's not necessary. And also in English, you have things like subject and verb agreement. But Vietnamese, you don't have that such a thing. So no plural noun, no conjugations, a lot of things that Vietnamese is much more simple than English or some other languages, I guess. But the classifier, so again, what are classifier? Like you see, classifier, actually, it is the categorize of things that have something in similar, like book, comic book, magazine, and calendar book, something, or notebook. So those, in English, you have the book, right? You have the book name, the word book in the name, like modify or different book. So in Vietnamese, we put them in the same group, same categorize, and that is like a lot of paper or many pages of paper bound together, are bound together. So that is book. That's one classifier. So when you don't say what kind of book, but you just say quyển, something, and then we have the idea right away. That is how short Vietnamese is. Like you can say the sentence very short and not so clear in English, but in Vietnamese, it's clear enough. People get the idea because of the classifier. Why do we need classifiers? Like I just say, when we group things in categorize, and then you use a classifier to name that category, everybody knows what you're talking about without saying a lot. You just say some syllables, some words, and then people understand. But also, that is a feature, a specialty of Vietnamese, you know. Every language has something special, right? Agree with me, right? So this is something special about Vietnamese. At first, when I hadn't teach Vietnamese yet, I didn't think about classifiers. And I didn't even know how to name the thing. That you cannot just say một sách, hai sách. You have to say một quyển sách, hai quyển sách. Okay, so and gradually now I know that they are called classifiers, and you need classifier specifically when you use with numbers in front of the nouns. Okay, how cool. Okay, so let's start with the first classifier. Classifier for people. Người, người. Very easy. I'm a person. Người. So you can use người to count how many people, like một người, hai người, ba người, etc. Right? Một người, hai người, ba người, or a group of people. Một nhóm người, so a group. Một nhóm người, or everyone, mọi người. One here is implied that the people, so mọi người. Easy. So when you see người, that is people. Or you can also use người in like a man or a woman. Người đàn ông, người phụ nữ. Người đàn ông, người phụ nữ. We have người in common. Every noun here has người. So you know, oh, that's about human, people, person, etc. And you can also use người with the country name to talk about the people of that country. How easy, right? Like we use tiếng to talk about the language that people speak. Like tiếng Việt is the language that Vietnamese people speak. Tiếng Anh, that the language that the English people speak, or like a lot of countries also speak tiếng Anh, but like Korea and Korean, we have Hàn Quốc is the country, and we have tiếng Hàn Quốc is the language that they speak. So easy, and just one simple rule, and that's apply for everything. But English you have to change, like China to Chinese, Japan to Japanese, Korea to Korean, America to English, England to English. A lot of things you have to change a little bit, but that is still add up to the thing that we have to study. So the người classifier in front of a country name, easy to talk about the people. Like người Mỹ, người Việt Nam, us, người Anh, người Pháp, người Đức, người Hàn Quốc, người Tây Ban Nha, Spain, Tây Ban Nha, người Trung Quốc, người Nhật, người Ý, etc. Okay, người, easy, people. So besides người, we have other things. Another thing is what classifier to say other thing, that is cái, classifier for things or object. For example, cái ly, cái chén, a rice bowl, cái bàn, cái ghế, cái giường, cái tủ. Okay, very easy. Anything you can use cái. This cái, not me, not me. Yeah. Okay, so cái, everything around us you can use with cái because it's a thing, is a non-living thing. And the second classifier for objects is chiếc. Also, so cái and chiếc are very similar. You can use both to mention things, but chiếc is used more for single items. Like if you have a pair of shoes and you want to talk about one shoe only, you use chiếc giày or chiếc dép, or something that is like easily, like loosely connect or combined to the background or the base, like this. A boat, a ship, or a car. Chiếc thuyền, chiếc xe, because chiếc thuyền is not stick to the water, the river, or the sea. And chiếc xe, it moves, it's portable, it's automobile thing, it can move easily. So you can use chiếc for things like that. This one can be chiếc, this one can be chiếc, this one can be chiếc. Chiếc nón, chiếc áo, etc. And chiếc lá. But why sometimes we use chiếc, sometimes we use cái? Actually, they are most of the time, cái and chiếc can be interchangeable. But because cái is so, like, you know, so normal, we say it a lot. So sometimes you want to sound better in like kind of poetry thing or artistic thing. You want to sound better. You want that thing is specific. That thing is special. Like, I just bought a new bike. You say, oh, tôi mới mua một chiếc xe. Or you say, oh, this bike is so cool, so good. Chiếc xe này rất tốt, like that. Because you want to talk about that thing specifically, like specially. So you use chiếc. So in what cases you can't use chiếc? You can only use cái. Yeah. Only cái, don't use chiếc. So like I told you, if the thing is movable, like easily, portable, you can move it easily. It does not stick to the bigger thing, the base firmly, like a leaf. A leaf can fall out of the tree easily, so you can use chiếc lá, but you don't say chiếc cây in this, because cây is like linked. It links so firm, so stable, so hard to the ground, so it's hard to take it out. So hard, it's not standing out easily. So we say chiếc lá, but cái cây. So cái is for thing that is like one unite object, unite. But chiếc is kind of for thing that is single and can be easily taken out, and you want to use it at a like poetry way or artistic way or special way, you use chiếc. So for example, in the house, the roof, cái mái nhà, you don't use chiếc with the roof. You can't just take the roof out easily, right? Or the other part of the house. And the door, cái cửa, right? The things that are very firm with the background, with the base, use cái, don't use chiếc. But it's single, you want to say it a poetry way, you want it to be special, you can use chiếc, right? Next classifier. So we have classifier for people and for things. What else we didn't have? Here, classifier for animals or creatures. Con. So con is for all kind of creatures. Let's talk about animals. So you can use con to all kind of animals, even animals in general. Con vật, con gà, con chim, con cá, fish, con chim, bird, con vật, animals in general. Okay, etc. And also you can use for things that are not really animal, but you don't know how to categorize this, like monster or ghost. Con ma, ghost. Con quái vật. Funny, right? Con quái vật, monster. And also you can use con to talk about the babies, children of the parents. Con cái, or human, I just told you, con người. Or you can talk about gender, con trai, con gái, con trai, con gái. You put trai and gái is the adjective to talk about gender for people, and then they know, that is người. So the male and female adjectives for animals, we use different words. So you understand that is about people, that's not about animals. Con, okay, practice saying some con, like what con do you like? Bạn thích con gì? For me, tôi thích con chó. I like puppy or dog. Okay, next.